Hi there, my name is Cupicate, and welcome back to Clangen with Spire Clan. In the last episode, we discovered the new update of Clangen, which has added so many more features, which is really exciting. We added a couple new members to the clan, but we also lost some members last time. Members that had barely started their adventure, and members that we've had for a while. So last time, we lost Buzzard Fang. Buzzard Fang had just joined the clan, very fresh, and brought her kit, Mossy Kit, into the clan. But when she was sent to prove herself that she is worthy of being in the clan, she unfortunately did not survive an attack by a group of rogues. But Mossy Kit did stay. Kendra Pa became a warrior and became Kendra, but unfortunately in the 47th moon, he and Wolf Branch got attacked by rogues and they were both murdered. And so unfortunately, Kendra and Wolf Branch have been lost. And even though Kendra had been a fresh warrior, Wolf Branch we had for quite a long time. And he was also lost too soon. He was still young at 44 moons old. He had apprenticed Big Heart. He was the last remaining kit of Patch Gorse and Rush Flood. The clan has suffered many losses, and we are still only at one page of cats. But they must go on. Jetstar is feeling a little more comfortable in her position, but she's worried very much about Condorbite, who seems to be getting himself in a lot of trouble and throwing himself out there as the deputy. And while his attempts to keep the clan safe are valiant and honorable, Jetstar, as his mate, is really worried about him. Rarity Lotus, just in the end, also joined, and they were a kitty pet before, so I imagine they're very happy to be away from the two legs who have been eating cats. I will go ahead and point out there is a bug right now where Pokespeckle, even though he is exiled, is still showing up in our clan page. That's a bug, don't worry about it, but it does show that he is exiled. So if we get news about him, we're just gonna assume that it's happening outside the clan or in another clan, and we're just getting a little sneak peek at what's going on with Pokespeckle. So Cinderpaw was just recently made an apprentice, and so far, they're very bloodthirsty, which is a bit concerning. Now, they have to go on a patrol alone to prove that they are worthy of even being trained. So we are going to put them on something kind of simple, which is a hunting patrol. And it looks like they managed to catch the rabbit, so this is good. This shows that Cinderpaw is capable of taking care of themselves and worthy of being trained. It is now the 48th moon. There was a ceremony, and Mossy Paw, the kit that did survive their mother, unfortunately. It is now the 48th moon. Newly made apprentice Mossy Paw touched noses with their new mentor Condorbite. So Condorbite, the deputy, is going to mentor Mossy Paw, which is kind of special since Mossy Paw was an adopted kit after losing their mother Buzzard Fang. Let's see, there seems to be an infection growing in Condorbite's broken bone. That's really bad. Let's see, Pokespeckle finally got the thorn out of their paw. I just imagine that like we're in like a series and occasionally it'll just zoom over to Pokespeckle. Peony Tail has recovered from their dislocated joints. A rat got through the camp walls and bit Cobra Splash. Whew, we might actually need another medicine cat. But we have to get to 2 pages of cats first. And we're not there just yet. So now that Mossy Paw is an apprentice, they do still have to go on a patrol by themselves. We will send them on a hunting patrol. Oh geez. So Mossy Paw is hit by a monster and seems quite injured. But miraculously, still alive. Spire Clan is shaken by the incident, and it's a reminder to every cat that just because their territory contains few thunderpaths doesn't mean they can forget their dangers. So Mossy Paw was injured, but they're alive. I don't know if that means they can't be a warrior. If not, perhaps Mossy Paw was meant to be a medicine cat. Oh, this is a new one? Okay, so Pricklehail wanders past an old badger set dug into the rocky hillside only to freeze. There's new scent here, acrid and sour. I have not seen this before. Calling the rest of the patrol over, the cats discuss their next move. If a badger has moved in, they need to confirm it. Eventually, Pricklehill comes up with a plan, pushing loose rocks in front of the set's mouth. The cats will be able to come back tomorrow to see if anything has shoved them out of the way. So Pricklehill has now taught Cinderpaw a way to check for badgers, but luckily nobody was hurt. And now the 49th moon. So these cats have been surviving a long time, and I'm honestly quite proud of them. Let's see what's happened. So newly made apprentice Smallpaw touched noses with their new mentor Stormstrike today. So another apprentice. Tulippaw has decided that hunting and fighting is not the way they can provide for the clan. Instead, they have decided to serve their clan by healing and communing with StarClan. Partridge Spark proudly becomes their mentor. So now we will have another medicine cat apprentice, but we need for our clan to grow in order for Partridge Spark to not get exiled. Rarity Lotus fought a dog and got hurt. Oh no. Yeah, Partridge Spark definitely needs some help. And then Cinderpaw realizes that She-Cat doesn't describe how they feel anymore, so Cinderpaw will now be a trans male. Very cool. Why are we getting all these bloodthirsty cats? I mean, I've just noticed, but a lot of them are bloodthirsty. So we're gonna see how Smallpaw does on their own hunting adventure. And they did just fine. Uh-oh. As the patrol is marking the borderlines, a gang of rogues leaps out from behind a tumble of rocks. It's an ambush. The patrol descends into battle without a second thought, easily driving the rogues away as they use their knowledge of the rocky terrain to their advantage. Awesome. So that was Peony Tail and Crouch Claw that just fought off these rogues. That's awesome. Our cats are amazing. It is now the 50th moon for our clan. 50 moons. Imagine that. That is 2 years that the clan has survived in this ice age. Let that sink in for a bit. They live in a horrible environment with blizzards and constant snow and constant cold, facing two legs who are eating anything they can get their hand on, facing predators that are desperate to find food and have become ravenous because they're starving. They're surviving against all the odds, but that doesn't mean that they don't struggle. Ever since they were bitten by the rat, Cobra Splash's injured leg has felt weaker than the rest. The wound may have healed, but it seems something deeper beneath the skin never will. So now we're seeing the consequences of only having one medicine cat. Cinderpaw's torn pelt has healed, so that's good. Cinderpaw will be all right. Mossy Paw wakes one day after moons of numbness and feels as though the world is less dull. So Mossy Paw was feeling a bit numb. Interesting. And then Crouch Claw is caught breaking the warrior code. I wonder how Crouch Claw would be breaking the warrior code. I wonder if they possibly ate some food when they weren't supposed to. I imagine that that would be something that the clan would really frown upon, since they are all struggling and they're all probably starving. They're surviving, they're getting by, but every ounce of food is precious, and Crouch Claw gave in to their hunger, but it can affect kits living, it can affect apprentices living, and they are the future of this clan's survival. So as Bluffstock and Wishbone go out to patrol the borders, there is a sudden downpour of snow and ice, and an avalanche of snow sweeps down and flows through the mountainside, sweeping the cats away forever. So Bluffstock and Wishbone are never seen again. They never return to Spire Clan and are assumed dead from the avalanche that all the cats witnessed and heard earlier that day. So as the cats are nestled in their beds, they notice a shifting in the snows around the spires of the mountains that they live in. Avalanches are becoming more common. They're noticing that the snow seems to be melting closer and closer to the entrance of their cave. It's small, and they are afraid to give too much hope into this melting of snows, but they're wondering if possibly the winds are changing. Maybe something is coming. Maybe the sun will return. Maybe warm winds are coming from somewhere else. Jet Blink has hope, but she's too afraid to give it to the clan just in case. But they're watching very closely. But now that the snows may possibly be melting, Jet Blink knows that there could be more danger. Now it's the 51st moon. Condor Bite's infection is gone, so Condor Bite did finally heal. Small Paw took a tumble off a rock while practicing their battle moves. They'll be tender for the next few days. Rarity Lotus limps around camp fully healed from their bite wound, but still marked by it for the rest of their life. So now it is the 52nd moon. Unfortunately, Condor Bite is not out of the woods yet. It looks like another infection has broken out in his broken bone. And then Small Paw's bruises have disappeared, so that's good. Condor Bite is the only one who's really ill right now, and they're trying very hard to keep him from dying, but it's not looking good. And then Crouch Claw went missing for a few days, so Crouch Claw has already broken the warrior code. I'm wondering if maybe the missing is they've found another cat outside the clan, very possibly. Maybe they're even looking at leaving the clan. Let's go see what Crouch Claw is up to. Gosh, our cats, they're so small. He is a disgraced deputy, but he's very loving. So maybe he did find somebody. Maybe he found somebody out there. I think now that we're here, maybe we should look at our relationships as well. So Condor Bite obviously has a romantic life for Jetstar, but is also very secure with her. Oh my gosh, I love that. And he doesn't really... Oh, he really dislikes Peony Tail for some reason. Whoa, there is so much dislike for this cat. I wonder what happened. I probably should be reading those. Interesting. This is a bit awkward. So Jetstar has more platonic love for Condor Bite than romantic like. Now there is some romance there, but there's more platonic love, which is really interesting. And she's jealous of Polly for some reason, and Pokey Speckle. Then we have Monzy Eye, who is kind of just mild about everybody. Monzy Eye's been here a long time, so I wonder why they're just kind of mild in general. Let's see. So Polly has a platonic love for Partridge Spark as well as a feeling of security. I wonder if Polly does have a bit of a crush. Actually, they do. You can see a little bit of romantic like there. Oh, and Partridge Spark has a bit of a romantic like for Polly too. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Oh, but Partridge Spark doesn't like Stormstrike. And doesn't really like Peony Tail either. Stormstrike doesn't like Monzy Eye. Really doesn't like Partridge Spark. Big Heart seems to like everybody just a little bit, so that's good. Big Heart has only just recently been made into a warrior, so she has a ways to go. Peony Tail really doesn't like Condor Bite at all, none whatsoever. Doesn't really have a like for Rubble Cry or Crouch Claw, but it's nothing too severe yet. Rubble Cry really doesn't like Jetstar. And Crouch Claw doesn't really like or dislike anybody too much. Seems like they're pretty mild. Cobra Splash I don't think has been here long enough, but has a huge platonic like for Big Heart. Prickle Hail kind of dislikes everybody. Cinder Paw really dislikes Tulip Paw. Small Paw only really dislikes Prickle Hail. And then Tulip Paw has a great dislike for Cinder Paw, but does like Small Paw. And then Mossy Paw kind of dislikes everybody. So just as I said, with the snows melting, there was going to be more avalanches, and unfortunately both Cobra Splash and Rarity Lotus, while on a border patrol, were swept away by yet another avalanche. They're becoming more and more common, and Jetstar is wondering if she needs to keep the cats inside, but they have to hunt. Another moon passes, And Jetstar rests their muzzle on Cindershine's head and declares them to be a full warrior of Spire Clan, honoring their skill. So Cindershine, what a cute name, is now a warrior. They will have to go on a patrol by themselves. Big Heart's paws slipped on some rocks and their leg was dislocated. Oof, so Big Heart is going to be out of commission for a few days. Taken by surprise, the patrol scatters and loses cohesion. The rogues are quick to take advantage of the confusion, and eventually the patrol retreats. Small Paw was badly wounded, so nobody died, but Small Paw did get hurt. It is now the 54th moon, and Spire Clan welcomes Mossy Light as a new warrior, honoring their enthusiasm. And then the infection in Condorbite's wound was abated, thank goodness. So Condorbite was able to fight off that infection once again. But in this episode, we lost more cats than we gained. We literally, guys, only have 16 cats right now. And it's looking a little bleak for Spire Clan. And a lot of the cats who have been around since Kestrel Star or even Pete Star are starting to wonder if Jetstar is capable of leading them, since so many of them have been lost. It could mean possibly that they turn on Jetstar. Hopefully it doesn't lead to that, but we will see where that goes in the next episode of Spire Clan. I hope y'all liked this episode. If you did, tickle and poke that like button, subscribe to join our family if you haven't already, and jingle that bell so you're notified of when I post clangen videos. Also, feel free to join Discord or follow me on Twitch. The links to both of those are in the description below. I love you guys. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next week with more of Spire Clan. Bye!